Hey cuties, what's up? We are back with some more of the Daily N.O.D E. Today we are going to be doing a lock, a padlock today, which I've made one of these before. I'll probably make them several times. I'm just going to go ahead and save, I'll save this as padlock. We're again on version 4.0. I'm probably just going to be using 4.0 from now on since 4.1. Now that I know that it actually has some flaws compared to what I had been doing before, I can no longer use it. It's no longer worth using, so we'll just be using the older 4.0. So we're probably just going to start off with a cube, of course. Get this over here. And just go ahead and edit this. I mean, this is going to be really easy to do. It's not really going to be that hard. Scale this on the Y to about like there. I guess we can also cut this down the middle because it looks like scale this on the Y. You want a little bit of stretch there. That seems fun. It might be a bit tall. So there, then we go ahead and take these edges and bevel them. Everything else can be fine, so go ahead and bevel that to there, then roll that edge. I mean, it doesn't have to be that. Oh, I forgot this edge one. What? How did I not hit that one? What the heck? It doesn't have to be that crazy, you know, like that can be fine, right? Then, I mean, literally you don't have to do anything else. This is the shape, but I'm just going to add this for later, just in case when you want to just gonna add another one as well. I probably shouldn't have done it like that. That, and then you can scale it on the X and Y. No, on the X and Y. That's so when you want to smooth it out, it doesn't look too horrendous. Probably going to have to add a slice to the top of this corner. Same thing below as well, then shade smooth on that. There you go. Though we will have to maybe take this and mark seam, take you, mark seam, and you, mark seam, UV editing, grab everything, unwrap it, because we're going to have to unwrap it later for the texture. Then I'm going to go ahead and add a... Actually, should we just duplicate this? I'm going to duplicate this, edit it, increase its size by small amounts, then like move it down to like there. Actually, how I have it cut is already like enough. So I would take this. How am I gonna do this? Invert that. So it's looking everything but that, and then removing the top as well. Then delete vertices so that we just have this. This doesn't need the seams to be marked. I'm just going to clear the seam because it doesn't matter. And then we're gonna take the bottom of this. Probably just gonna remove, like dissolve this edge so that I can take the bottom edge and scale it out. Like that. Just like skirts that the lock is wearing, arguably. That's what it looks like. So something like that. Then we can go ahead and fill that in. Grab a insert faces and then insert faces and do it again, but then scale on the X and Y. Then we can take this the old-fashioned way and then give it faces on either side as well. And there we go. Now that part's done as well. It's already shaded smooth, so it's fine. Then we just need a bunch of like bumps. Do everyone needs a UV sphere? Yes. Bring that up here, edit that. We need to go ahead and remove that. Those vertices. Where's the front? This is the front. Take everything and scale on a Z so it becomes flat. Then take this actually, and I kind of want to flatten it outwards. So, you know, let me just kill that and then take this and extrude it down. Like that. So now we have a like flat surface here. Round it down. Small. Okay, small shrink that. Smaller than that. Then move it to here? Question mark? That's good enough. I need this to be set origin to geometry. Smooth you for now, actually. Add a mirror modifier with this as the object and apply it to the Y as well. So the X and Y, so it gives us a full 4 corners. I need to come in here and fill that in with a face as well as insert face. Plus that. One more time, I'm going to drag it down. Take everything. I'm going to move it up because I actually want it to be... Actually, you know what? It didn't need to be that high. And I'll just do it like that. Because I want this to actually not be flush completely. Just like that. Also, we need to come into here and insert faces on that to kind of sharpen that corner to make it stand out more. And I'm going to do this as well. I want this edge to stand out. Yeah, I want this edge to specifically look like this. So we have that. We can have some in the middle too. I'm just going to apply this. I'm going to duplicate it before I apply that. Oh, I grabbed the wrong thing. I need sphere original. I guess I didn't do that correctly. Is the X? Yeah, it's the X. This is 0. So now it's just the center. We can push you here, and then I'm just going to come into here and maybe shrink you down. Shrink you down. Then come back over here and make sure that this is where it needs to be, which is going to be close to the edge, but not quite touching it. And then just further move it in. This can look however I want it to, right? Because it's my lock. It doesn't have to be a perfect example of it. What they look like in real life. Then we're going to have to go ahead and add another one. Let me actually come down here and edit this. This needs to be edited. This here. This actually matters more than you would initially think. Scale on the X and Y again to about there. Actually, maybe it should just be smooth. Smooth like that. Yeah, we might run into some issues here because I'm going to have to cut into this and it's going to look horrible, I think. Yeah, and I can't cut down into that. I could try to add faces to it later though. Let's go ahead and add a curve. You know, path is my favorite. And let's go ahead and edit that. I'll rotate this on the Y. 90. I don't know what's considered the top, so that doesn't really matter, does it? Maybe proportional editing on, maybe. Not quite. That's fine. Might need to move it over. It needs to be like way over here. The lock needs to be like a perfect shape. That looks fine. Like once we have the geometry, where is it at? Around here? Then we'll know what needs to be changed. You can see it's already looking weird, so we need to change it again. This maybe take this down a couple ticks. Take that down, but like now this doesn't look right. So this doesn't want to stick together. I think this just needs to be pushed further out. The shape is wrong again. No, because like moving it up messes up the connection there. It needs to be tall for one. That's one problem we're running into. This needs to be higher up than that. And like going up too much is ruining that. It doesn't want to stick together. Yeah, because clipping and merge doesn't matter because the pipe doesn't actually exist yet. That's not terrible. The only problem is like maybe we want to like shrink that in. Push that in. That's what I mean. Does look like it's bending a bit though. Like this needs to be further out that way. Like I don't think you want this far into that, but trying to stop this from looking dumb is going to be difficult until I like convert to like mesh. Merge vertices by distance as well. Okay, nothing needs to be merged. Because now I could just take the object and just shrink the object down. And scale it back up a bit. Then I need to make sure the scale is reset. Not that it matters too much. And there we go. I kind of don't like how small it looks now. I like how big it is there. It's just maybe just a bit. Shrink it just a tiny bit. I feel like you actually want the lock itself to be pretty chunky, which means I need to undo this. Also, this needs to be lower. It doesn't need to be that high. That as well. So it gives us less geometry. It's unnecessary for it to be so have such a high resolution. You need to be chunked up. As silly as that looks, it needs to be bigger than that. For when I inevitably shrink it down, like 2 off of that, it can be 2. Now we can convert you to mesh. And then shrink you just a tad. Then reset the scale on that. There we go. I gotta do the bottom. I don't know what's going on the bottom. I'm just gonna add some UV spheres, cut them in half, and slap them on the bottom. Because I know it looks like there's some bumps down there, and I'm just gonna assume it's just like the top, but actually just perfect spheres. I'll take them and scale them just a bit. But then that's it. Then I'll just take the whole thing. I need to shade this smooth. Move it down, scale it down to a like decent size, because they seem to be pretty big. Yeah, like that maybe. And just move them into position, which is like there. And same thing we did before, which is add a mirror and select this, and then X and Y, apply that. There we go. There's the padlock. That's actually everything. It's just the texture work now, and the bottom of this, which is gonna be one of the hard parts, because you need a circle. I might actually just remove this edge here, because you know what I want to do, right? You know, I want to insert a face. I mean, scale that on the X and Y. No, proportion editing needs to turn off. Scale that on the X and... Okay, come on, scale that on the X and Y, please. Because I want to do that, and then it already has a lot of vertices because of these corners. Turn that into a circle. Scale on the X and Y again. It can already make a pretty decent circle because of the edges, so I actually don't need to fumble around too much. Can I mark seam so I can have that recorded? And even further than that, I'm going to add a vertex group and assign that to that so that I can actually click on that, because I'm pretty sure it's not going to agree with me, possibly. I'm not sure. You know, it's not like, oh, I can. I didn't realize I would be able. Okay, so this is actually the rare occasion where things actually just work out in your favor. Question mark. Actually, I don't want to do that. But I do, because I want to actually have that sharpens. Clear seam on that. Because we want this edge to be sharp. We're going to extrude down like that. Then we're going to insert face to about there, but then bring that down like so. Maybe even like scale that on X and Y in a bit more. We need to also constantly be sharpening our edges, so I'm going to take that and insert face just a tiny bit. Same thing here, got to do that as well. Insert faces, just sharpen that up. Then we gotta go crazy style. Insert face again, but then scale X and Y about here. And then where's the lock? I have to move this all the way to the edge over here. Might even like increase that. And then pull it over again. Like so. Is that the front? That is the front. Like that. Then another face. I don't know if I can even do anything with this. I might have to draw on this, honestly. Scale it X and Y. And I'm only doing this so that I can pull this down. Because it seems as though this has some sort of interesting thing going on. Also, this edge here. This needs to be like that. Can I do the outside too? I can. But I'd prefer this to not be like that. So, like this, and then put one inside of that. Well, there's supposed to be something happening here. It's just like, do I want to like go through the effort of messing around with that? Because I'm trying not to do too much. Like maybe like remove these first. Then give me that, then this. What does that look like? I could have a second cut here. Could do that. I might just have to like draw it on, but I don't know. Because you have like a weird shape like that. Or I guess you could like abuse this by like scaling it on the Y to 0 to create like a straight line. Of course, that's like messing up the geometry, but you could just try to do that just to straighten this stuff out. But I think I'm just going to draw on this and see what that looks like instead of like worrying about having this look nice. I don't care too much about making this look perfect. That's okay. Yeah, so yeah, it's just a matter of doing the textures now. the bottom of this, I do need to be two different things. So this would be metal. The actual lock part. Then Control L, that'll select everything inside of that and apply that to the lock. So now we can go to shading. It already has like everything perfect, right? You just need metallic up, which is weird that nothing happened. Did I click on lock? I'm on lock right now. Metal up. And we don't want the metal to be shiny or too reflective. Like it barely wants to be able to tell what you're looking at. So I might not even change the roughness past like about there, perhaps. Not even bring it up because it's like a really like harsh silver. We're gonna add like maybe a couple textures back to back. We want noise, but that's not the main one. We need a wave texture, which is why we needed to cut the UVs, because we need to I actually put it in the right spot for once. Thank you. Oops. Actually, I was going to put it into the color, but it doesn't go into the color. It goes into there. Then we need to increase this. The editing does not like that. A bit more? Question mark? Yeah, the top doesn't get affected. Well, the bottom is, but we might just like change that to its own thing and then just lower this so it's not doing that. 0.2. Maybe I'll even push that in there. To lower the white there. So we have a little bit of black being added to the metal on top of making that look nicer. Thing is though, we need the noise to really dirty up this metal. I guess we can color ramp, but I don't think I really want to color ramp. So that's all perfect and whatnot, but I need to see what this looks like. Yeah, that's okay. 300 maybe? 500? Yeah, I can deal with a 500, but this needs to be like a 0.1. Even lower than that, like a 0.05. Or maybe it can be a 0.1, but then I need to see what this looks like over here. It probably is going to be like very, very black. Like too much black. Yeah, I think it's doing too much. Darkening that up. We need to plug this into that. So now we have the lines, but also the crispiness. What is changing this to? Okay, that's not what we want. And yeah, neither way really is what you want. The problem still is this is too much. It needs to be like that. And then I need to come here and let me just edit this. This top needs to be, actually I should just Control L. Control L. Do that. Top and bottom, because it needs to be applied to the bottom as well. assign to that, then U, Control L, top and bottom. Then we can just go to metal, grab everything, Control C, delete this, Control P, but then remove the wave so that all we have is the whatchamacallit. So now the top is also doing that, but then why does the bottom look like that? Hello? I think it is. It just looks like it's not nice. Then we can even just add this like top and bottom to that as well, because it doesn't really matter. I mean, it's using UV, which actually this has a perfect UV now that I think of it, so that's fine. We do need to actually... You see, like, this is just blending into itself because of how it looks. I'm not going to modify that because it's going to be too difficult. What we're going to do is we're going to come over here and apply a line to the bottom of that. Let's to maybe it's a 26. If it's going to be like that, negative 26. There, and then same thing here. It's 26, going to be the same thing. Yeah, 26 there. And then just select that line, select this line, new, black, assign that to that. Probably we'll just go over here and change this to inputs RGB black, so there's no modifying it. It just is a pure black, which doesn't look as good as if I had just changed this to be hollow, but you know, what can you do? That's going to be like a pain in the butt to do, and by pain in the butt, it actually wouldn't be that difficult, I think, because I would just have to maybe move this. You know what, let's just do it. Let's see if I can do it. Scale on the X and Y so that it actually goes around that. Take each one and insert a face to just that. And 5 there, insert face. 5. Then loop into a circle, which we already have seen. It's fine. I don't know if that's... Is that going down? Or no, I don't know. See, the edges are doing weird stuff, though. Because it's not... If I rotate this, can I, like, fix some of that? Not really. It's always going to be ugly. Also not the same shape either, really. Like, I'd have to possibly like try to grab an edge here and like pull it out the side, like both of them, which I mean doesn't matter too much, but it is very ugly to do this. Just to try to make that look not too terrible. And I have to do the same thing for the other side. Also don't know how small I made the other side as well. How small or big it was made. I'm gonna rotate this. I forgot how I did it this way. Then do the same thing. Just try to grab these and then move them over. Might even just keep pushing that side as well. Again, very ugly. this side is bigger or just not moved in the right way. It's this one needs to be moved. And then you just take these and extrude down. That and that. Go ahead and insert faces to sharpen that. Don't really need to take the bottom of this, but I'll take it too. Mark seam on that. Control L to grab everything inside that. Plus, to just make material that. I need to like undo this again, but that's fine. I might just take this and make it deeper because I think it needs to be deeper. Just pull that down. But I kind of need to make the lock also go down further, otherwise it's going to look weird. I can pull that down a bit. I'm going to pull this back up. See, now that's so ugly, it's causing issues here. What happens when I do this? It fixes everything, I guess. Which I can live with. But I need to come up here and move that, because that doesn't go there anymore. Why is that doing that unless it's because of the subdivision is ruining this? I need to insert like a cut here, but that's, you see how ugly this shape is. Just put a cut there. Does that fix it? Not really. How deep does this cut have to go before it fixes that? I don't know. I guess I just need to take the top cut here, which is very thin, like this right there, and the one on the other side. Take them and assign them to top and bottom. Turn this back on, see how much damage we've taken from that. Okay, nope, that is fine, though it does cause issues because now you can't quite see. It's kind of bleeding in again. It's kind of like, oh well, it's kind of a sacrifice has to be made for that. I mean, I could once again apply the black to this, to the bottom of this, where would it need to be, like there maybe, or maybe just cut this in half and try that. And like take you and you, mark seam, grab everything below that, Control L. Assign that. That's too high. I think. I don't really care. I'm actually kind of running out of time because I haven't done not Duolingo, I haven't done Ring Fit Adventure today. And that needs to go up in a few minutes. So it's kind of like oof. Metal. There we go. And then the rendering looks so bad because Eevee can't keep up with how dense it is, so it looks bad. And actually I would have made this black and like a black outside around it, which is kind of why I wanted the edge there, but since we had to make the rest of it, we can't really do anything. So, well, let's go there. It already has the like perfect shine on it, but we'll make it slightly shinier. 0.3 is probably pretty good. Yeah, I would had preferred this to been black. Now to go with the this looks like, I just hate how when you apply a subdivision surface, it screws up your textures like this. So you have to try to figure out how to make it not do that, which is difficult because now I just have to come into here and change that to top and bottom. Actually, you want that to just be like that, because that's still perfectly fine, but the top, you know what, it does have the ridge. You know what? I take that back. We can probably get away with grabbing this. Right in the opposite end below. I don't know why it won't let me grab this there. Assign that. So what you need to do now, let's turn this off because it's actually in the way. I think we're using this, right? So we want to take everything in here, including that. Control L. Now Control L. Remove this and then extrude it extrude that upwards. So extrude, extrude, extrude. I'm doing that to just automatically give me 3 lines in there, so it's already pre-sharpens and I don't have to worry about it. Then we could just take this and insert face. To give that the cut as well. Granted, I need to get rid of this extra thing that happened here. Let's clear the seam on that. They'll probably want to put a seam there. And then gotta do the same thing for the top. Like this, inside there, Control L to grab everything. But then remove this, and then just extrude down. Extrude, extrude, extrude. Then mark seam there. I was gonna say I was just going to insert face, but let me just cut and cut so that I don't have to worry about removing the whatchamacallit. So now we have a slight move down. Like, I don't want to go to sculpting. I want to go to UV editing. Gotta unwrap this again and just hope for the best. I kind of needed the edges to be like bigger than that, but it's fine. Then we need to fix this, like top and bottom. It needs to not be that anyways. It needs to be top and bottom. Also need to move it down because they're not flush anymore. There we go. The metal is like so weird, it is. Unable to be seen though. Turn this back on. It's just it's so shiny. It's too shiny, honestly. I mean, like, look at the bottom, you can't even like tell what's going on. It's weird that it looks like that, but it's because of the UV editing and the thing stretching it out. It's almost like I need to mark seam there, clear seam here, and then unwrap that like that so that it doesn't screw that up anymore. Then we can come into here and the lock part. I mean, it needs to be metallic as well. 0.3. What is the middle? It's its own custom number. I didn't change it, so let me change this to 3 then. I'm really annoyed that this looks like this from below. Like, even with like perfect roughness, it does not reflect because of the noise, I guess. It's just so strong. Maybe I should not have it at 1,000 because I feel like that's doing way too much damage. It's just, with it like that, you can barely... It's too chunky like that. And that's so bright. This is with the brightness cranked up to, with the roughness cranked up. Yeah, it's just unfortunate side effect of rendering in here. What happens if I viewport like 24 and save that? That's still really bright. Couldn't really tell the difference anyways. Go to that lock. Now, do I really want to go through all that trouble? I need this. I'm just going to copy just that. But the bottom doesn't even look like it's metallic because of the shading, for whatever reason. I'm going to go ahead and add image texture, do all that stuff. new 4096 by 4896. I need you to be white. I don't know, lock texture, I guess. Okay. Plug that into there. Go into texture paint. And save as into your daily. I was gonna say into your daily node folder, but that's just what I'm doing. Just saving that texture anywhere because you know it has to be saved. Otherwise it won't work. And then I might actually go into the UVs real quick. Take this, which is the lock, and scale it up so we have more real estate to work with. When texturing it right now, go back to the texture paint. I need to be able to see the wireframe here so I know what I'm dealing with. And then I'm not really going to try too hard. We're just going to maybe get like a straight line. Let's see. Line. What from here to here? I can't force this to be locked into a position. You know, something like that, right? And we need like pure white. This should be pure white, right? To do something like that. Then we're going to take the white on a space and take the strength down to like a 0.1. A 0.1. And I'm just going to like stroke into this a few times. Like that. Just had to cut there. My bad. Let me pull this bit down, like down a bit more. Maybe get back to black, so I can just. Oops. I need a straight line for this. So I'm gonna like try to darken the edge here. Like that. I don't know if I want to take the white here now and try and get some straight edges. Also, this should be full strength. Because this shouldn't be soft like this, so we kind of need to cut into it like this. And it needs to be like cut here because it needs to be straight. Maybe a little bit lower. Maybe come back to that. To get rid of the extra stuff that's sitting there. There, that should be okay. Just switch this back to space. So I can like color in here in case I missed anything. Oops, did not mean to do that. That threw everything off. Okay, with this, we're trying to create the illusion of like some sort of depth, which is why you add a little bit of white slowly in there to it being like looking like this. 11 again. I need this to be, oops, like that. It doesn't need to be pure black like that. I don't know. Yeah, that's not terrible actually. I think I'll keep that like that. So do I want to fix this corner though? It's kind of like causing it to look funky now, because I'm doing too much with like trying to get this to be like that. Yeah, it's doing too much. We could just be like that. Forgot that needs to be a hole over here somewhere. Forgot about that. Could also, just to be a little cheeky, do that and like add like a little bit of this to give it like shadow. I should probably like undo that and then have it on the edge itself. I don't know. Because of course it's gonna look bad, but what does it actually look like? So we don't even know what the lock part looks like. Yeah, that's fine. That extra thing on the outside is unnecessary. I think that looks perfectly fine. It makes it seem real outside of like the dent. Like that dent actually is a bit too much, but oh well. And then the little extra white there is good. I could probably even go even a little bit further than that. And add like another touch up of white in here. There we go. Make sure to save that. I just wish the metal actually looked good underneath. Like, I don't know why it looks like this and not like metal. And I don't know why this is so like bright, like excruciatingly bright. It just looks this doesn't even have a texture on it. Whoops. Top and bottom. I mean, that actually was probably doing a lot of damage to why this didn't look nice. How about a 400? You wonder why I put in like all the same numbers? Because it's easier just to press the button like the same button 3 times instead of putting in a solid number like 500. .05. Okay, this needs to be up here because it's going to annoy me to keep having to scroll out. 0.05. Anything else using that? This you need to be 555 as well, and then 0.05. .05, 05, 05, and then that's nothing. So I made the noise less strong. I think also, is this lighting too high? I don't think it is, right? But let's just check. What's the lighting? 1, 1, and 3. Okay. Everything should be fine then. Do I need to just get rid of some lights? Maybe that gets rid of that, but you kind of need these extra lights. I mean, the front one does this, though. So maybe we don't want the front one, because maybe the front one is doing too much. Like this 1.5, maybe. Lower that down? Or it should just be like off completely, I don't know. I think this is okay, though. I just don't... I hate why this looks like this. Like, why does it look just like white? Like, I don't have to, like, turn it down to gray, but it just doesn't look like it's metallic because of the positioning of this. It's probably fine. I should stop worrying about it. Lock, though, I think I want to... Oof, I can't change the color. Which means this needs to go down to grayish, so it actually, the lock actually stands out against it a bit. And this is just using top and bottom. Alright, so the only thing I'm going to do here at the end is add text. Edit that. Cutie. Keep the base fonts. Rotate X 90. Convert to mesh. Push that up to here. Geometry. Drag you into there. Scroll you down to about probably smaller than that. About there. That looks fine. And we need to line this up, pull it in, rotate it so it's about the same size. I was gonna like apply a oops, didn't want that. I was gonna apply a shrink wrap to this, but you don't really need to do that. I kind of was just able to move it into position without the need of that. What is going on there? That's a problem with trying to do this. With text complex. Does complex fix the issue? Does it make any other issues? It doesn't look like it. I just like push that in. Yeah, the sides of this are gonna just stick out, but I'm just gonna dig them in. Now is it straight? Maybe it could be more over this way. I don't know if that's just like the lighting playing a trick on us or what. I might want to actually pull that out a bit. I don't know what color I'd want this to be though. We just keep it white or what? I mean, it's supposed to be white, but I guess I'll keep it white. Because I'm lazy, I'm just going to go circle. Edit, fill the circle. You're using pure black material. Then do that, shrink it down, move it over here, move it up, and just move it down until it comes out. And then just parent object, then fix the, what is the button there? Cursor to world origin, because I messed up the cursor there. There we go, we got a padlock. I mean, it's kind of like meh, but a lot of that has to do with the rendering that's happening with the metal, making it look like this. I don't know why it looks like that. We need like all of this to parent to the center. And you, and then you. And parent object. So the center should have everything attached to it, yeah. Alright, so let's just try to get a good image then of the lock. I mean, obviously just that is fine, but I'm pretty sure we want to like get a better angle, perhaps. If I flip this like this, can we actually see the metal a bit better? Like it actually looks like metal now, but still. Maybe we just take like a little bit from up top. We're getting really close on this one because it's just the shape just allows it to happen that way. And like that. Like maybe that's fine. I don't know. I don't know what's like a good angle. Here. I don't know. I feel like I still need to like play around with this a little bit more, but I literally need to go record Ring Fit. I'm going to be late today. Like, oof. I just decided that I wanted to do this first instead. That's a good angle. It's just let me play around with the shading a bit more. Like what happens if I increase this to be higher? Sounds like that's like, okay, it's doing too much. 0.4 on that. Don't do that. No, I don't think there's much I can really do. It just is going to look crusty. Crank this back up. If I move it up to back, is that? It is 1,000. Maybe I just want it to be in the thousands. Like actually just rechange my mind and change it back to 1,000. That's that. That's all of it, right? It's just those. Because it's just the middle of the lock on top and bottom. I kind of don't like this just being that. It's a good color to go with yellow. I mean, it would be blue, but it doesn't match with the other colors. Maybe just go down to a black. Roughness. There we go. I'm just gonna go with that. I mean, this one's not that great today, but it gets the job done. We'll just have to accept this because we're out of time, and I gotta go record other things now as well. So cuties, thanks for watching. Remember to buy my stickers, to think about becoming a member, subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Who's working on watch time and subscribers, and don't forget we have a throw nozzle. And shout out to the members, EmmyStarr, RaleyDrew, and Alexgkiller 880. Hey cuties, thanks for watching. Tune into the next episode. Like, subscribe, hype, and comment. You know what to do. See ya.